Boom. Look at us. I guess I could do this. I could rearrange
You
it real
could.
quick.
You could.
know, blow it
You
up.
could.
Sneak preview, guys.
You could focus in like right there.
Oh, Christ. I'm like, no sports. What's this motherfucker do? Sports.
Hey, this is part of the ranting part.
Well,
But hey, listen, I can't even be too upset because you got a Dodge on your screen. So, you know, I'm Mopar or no car, you know?
that is an AI Dodge, by the way.
It's cool. It could be a ABC Dodge. Don't matter. It's still a Dodge.
ABC.
What's
One, two,
going on, man? How you feeling?
Fucking banger. I feel like a bag of smashed assholes. But damn it, we're gonna do it live. The show must fucking go on, by God.
The show must go on.
You got two shows.
Thanks for tuning into my. Yeah, thanks for joining me on my show, and you know I appreciate you taking the time out to come down. And
you're welcome.
You know.
I'm not even big on who's left and who's right. I don't give a shit. Like the windows pop up, I don't care. Whatever.
You're right. You're right on my side, so it's all right.
I'm the right side of history.
Absolutely.
Well, folks, we'll do some quick shout outs for everybody because I know Rollkeeper has been waiting. He's been beating me into first place in chats.
Damn.
All throughout the timeline.
He's letting you know what time it is.
Shane, Cutthroat Comics, Duarte. We got Jamie Custom. Jamie, you know, Mikey over here, a part of this whole shenanigans going on with you with the Metal Gear.
Ooh. Speaking of that, I just opened that box today, actually, because I finally had time to go to my parents' house and pick it up because I didn't want shit delivered to my fucking place anymore after they
not
took
after that whole
I was like,
resin, right? Was it just resin that they ended up pouring?
No, it was actually all FDM. It was no resin. It was all FDM film. Yeah. It was like 100 pounds of film, and it was probably like 50 or 60 rolls of film. And I'm surprised that her ass was even to walk down the stairs with that shit.
Hey, sorry, hang on for a second. Blake Tarpley, DFW 2025, possibly ZoloCon. This son of a bitch might jump the gun and preemptively strike me at ZoloCon.
Are you going to ZoloCon?
Yes, I just bought tickets today. I'm going to crash over at Jerk's place, and I'm going to fly in Friday.
Where are you flying from?
Monday. Wichita, fucking Kansas.
To where, Philly?
I'm going to fly into Philly. One more here. Stacy. Because I looked at Scranton and I looked at Allenstown. I'll leave 2 other places, man, and they are all going to be not 2 stops, 3 stops. And like it was going to be a 9-hour day, 12-hour day.
Next time flying to EWR, Newark Airport, I literally live 30 seconds from it.
Newark?
Yeah.
How's that? How far is that from ZoloCon? What's up, KJ?
Hour 45, 2 hours maybe.
Okay, so it's about an hour from what I was looking at from Philly.
Yeah.
But still, thank you. I'll keep that.
The only difference is you wouldn't have to, you know, well, not that you're doing it now anyways, but you wouldn't have to rent a vehicle, worry about any of that shit. You know, I just throw you in the back of the pickup, tie you with some rope and shit.
Duct tape.
Listen. You know the movie theater says that silence is golden, but duct tape is silver. Just saying.
Way to find the silver lining in the duct tape. It's Chad's rumbling around here somewhere. Shout out to Chad.
It's Chad's here?
It's Chad. It was like Kanan feels like shit because he walked to the sun by accident. Fuck you, KJ. I fucking love KJ, man.
So
check out KJ, by the way, on Highly Posable Fridays, man. Him and 78 Points just fucking absolutely kill it over there.
Yeah, I tune in every once in a while when I can. They're funny. What'd you come down with? Did you get the clap, the gift that keeps on giving, or?
That wouldn't, affect me at all. I probably wouldn't even notice that shit.
Yeah, you used to drink out of garden hoses, right? And shit like that, play in the
Oh
dirt.
hell yeah, warm hose water, the best. Like you fell in love with the first thing you tasted of a thing. Yeah, I mean warm hose water, nothing would taste quite like it. And then yellow cake from like Walmart. That'd be the best cake ever.
Yeah, the fucking warm hose water is a prerequisite for Heineken.
You know, the only beer that I will drink warm is Guinness. Like, give me a stout, right? I'll drink stout warm
Ooh.
all day long.
Yeah, see, I was never a big drinker. I social drinker and stuff, but when it came to beers, it was always just like my Belgian white ales. I like those. You know,
Well,
like
I'll
my
tell you,
Blue
the only
Moons,
other
my Dot
beer,
Tops.
like a lager,
Mm.
fucking eight ball and Colt 45, I will drink that shit warm.
God damn,
Not
bro.
even blink at it.
You're ruthless.
I got some tails.
Yeah, I'm sure with that kind of energy. God damn.
So, guys,
God
we're
damn.
going to jump into this. We got less than 45 minutes before Mega Powers Monday Night Raw. Look, I got a banner, Mikey. Look, it's rolling. Look I did it right, Mikey.
I did it.
I
You
did
did more
it.
than I could.
Well, we're learning. That's what so Duarte and I are going to be, troubleshooting shit, going to tech, because we're both
Figuring it
learning
out.
this shit, man. Figuring it out. Thursdays, Mikey's channel.
So that right there is a 1/1000th micro machine scale, G.I. Joe dial. We just made really big curtains to fool you guys.
As I go right into it here, I was trying to grab it. There we go. Zoom, enhance. Yeah, I mean, for scale here, I mean, yeah, that is a 1/12. That is a HasLab Hiss, not a tank, because I don't want Chad to lose his shit.
You don't want Chad spamming the trigger button? It's not a fucking tank.
As well he should, okay?
That's it. He's a special. He knows. He knows.
He's
And knowing is half the battle.
Well, then, yeah, your mech over here holding the bat is cool as shit.
Yeah, for size reference, here you go.
Here, I'm gonna get you big.
Boop. Yeah, it's got a message for you guys. With love.
With love.
With love. It's always with love, Yeah, that's a big boy mech right there.
If I can get the full screen layout with us and see, this is what I'm talking about. Like trying to troubleshoot this bullshit, and like I'll just remove it and I'll add it to stage, and yay, it's back again. All right.
Where the mods at, yo?
Yeah, which the mods can't help with this shit at all. That's what sucks. I would really love that. I like how this shot is the lighting. See, like the ladders.
I feel like that's the shot that needs that background noise of like the harping angels, right? Like, oh.
So is there a floor on here too, on the inside of that?
Oh yeah. There's a floor on each one of those. Like that. There's literally 4 tiers on that thing. Yeah.
Oh, that's nuts.
Yeah, there's a porthole on each floor. So think of like, your fire department, right? You jump through a little hole and stuff that's cut out of the floor.
And I'll tell you what, guys, if you see something you want some questions on.
Yeah, ask any questions, guys. This is like
spam fam, not a tank. Well, yeah, you fire up some, and yeah, I'll sit there. I'll keep going through these, and if I miss a question, shout out, because I'll be looking at 2 different screens.
Yeah, don't worry. I'm paying attention to some of the comments too, or trying to at least. Thank you, Lunchbox. Appreciate that.
Yeah, this is just fucking cool. We might even talk about these lights over here, because I mean, I was getting excited about you messaging me about how long those lights worked and how they worked.
Yeah. So I had the lights sit for almost 2 hours, like on a full charge. And the cool thing is, like, when you pop the ass end off of them, it literally has a little USB on it, and you can charge it. Yeah, and you could just pop it into your computer or one of your USB blocks and charge that sucker up. It's like maybe 20 minutes fully charged, and the thing is super bright, super bright.
I would say, yeah, for the guys that are doing like amateur shit like I am, man, lights make the fucking scene.
Oh, dude, yeah. And there was actually somebody yesterday on Chad's feed who had said something along the lines of, make accessory add-ons to my already pre-existing tower, and I had said that I was working on stuff like that. But one of the things that I basically did was, if you go back to my little guard tower, you'll see that there's like this flat corrugated type of roof basically on it. That roof comes off via 4 screws all the way around, and when that roof comes off, I'm going to make an attachment where that top Cobra turret will sit on top of it, so you can get the Cobra to sit on it. Basically, the one that's on the Terradrome, with the big gun and stuff. So it'll be like
you're talking like up here.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Exactly.
Oh, that's cool.
So imagine that with that little front kind of guard, that blue guard, right, sitting in front of that tower. So it's almost like a production company, right, where you got the producer sitting in the tower and then the gunner up top, or the cameraman, I should say.
What's Abby talking about? The die you did at Ryan's place was also amazing.
Thank you. That was like a medieval kind of Mythic Legion-esque dio that we did. This guy Ryan flew me out to, I believe, South Carolina. I always get the Carolinas confused. It was one of the Carolinas. He flew me out to his place, and we were there basically for a week. I took my brother with me, and we cranked out a 4-foot by 8-foot dio and a bunch of other smaller miscellaneous dials in just a full week of being there at this guy's house.
That's cool.
Yep.
Tristan agrees. Hess ain't no tank. Okay, gotcha. Master Son 42. What's up, buddy? Apparently, you need to move further down south. The warmer part's what bugs me about the whole moving down south, man.
Master Son, listen, brother, trust me. I want to. I really do, man. If my parents didn't live as close as they do to me, I'd have been moved out of this shithole state a long, long time ago. Trust and believe that. But that is the ultimate goal, to get somewhere warmer, because this cold is for the birds, literally.
No shit. And Keanu Leaves is, by the way, that's an awesome name. Keanu Leaves is asking, what are those castle turrets from?
Those are basically my rendition of the ones that were on the Cobra Terradrome back in the cartoon days and in the 80s with the playset.
When he's saying castle, I'm assuming he's really meaning the Terradrome, because the castle doesn't have anything.
Right, because the castle doesn't have any turrets. Yeah, no.
The spotlights, which are cool.
Yeah, those things are awesome. I really love the way they came out. I'm stocking up on them now, because once I list them on the site, I got someone that messaged me yesterday wanting to buy 6 of them by himself. So
oh, no shit.
Yeah, so I'm gonna have to order quite a few of those things.
Oh, I didn't notice that Cobra logo there. Some Cobra 3D printed stuff there.
That's a Cobra. Yep, it's I designed my own little Cobra. I think I actually have one of the big ones here with me still.
That is cool. And of course, Rockar. What's up, buddy? I can't tell you that Hasbro can't do trees, because they just can't. They won't do trees.
Yeah, they won't, and they can't. Here's one of the Cobra statue thingamajiggers that I came up with.
That's fucking cool.
Yeah. So,
I'd make you big, but I don't want to lose my place again.
Nah, you're good, bro. You're good.
Ken's always asking, how long did it take to fabricate that tree? Now, if we're talking which tree.
Honestly, they're all similar. Yeah, they're all similar. I want to say from start to finish, probably a good solid between 20 and 30 hours for one of those trees.
Wow, no shit.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, let me go grab a bear one really quick to kind of give you guys some reference.
Yeah, hell yeah. I'll keep going through pictures here. Get back to where I was. Yep. Oh yeah. That's a good shot of that.
Yeah, so here's one of the unfoliaged, unshrubbered trees. So like this thing is huge. I mean, this tree right here is.
I'm gonna risk it. I'm going solo layout. We're doing it again.
All right, hold on. Let me not misinform the viewers. Yep, this thing's 22 inches tall. So just to give you guys a little perspective. And
that's what she said.
I got my buddy here, my good friend, Tommy, the Green Ranger, for some reference.
He's dead, isn't he?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Rip Tommy.
Yep. See,
David Frank.
Yeah. Yep. So for size reference, it's pretty big. So yeah, when I tell you like anywhere between 20 and 30 hours, I think the tree that took me the longest to make was the cherry blossom tree that I did for the Monkey King, which that gentleman also purchased when he left. He took the 4 other dials with him, along with the massive GI Joe dial.
I caught that part as I was trying to get caught up for today. I did see that. I mean, just
Yeah.
loaded up a fucking U-Haul.
Dude, yeah, oh yeah, dude. That was a whole transit van, bro.
I was like, holy shit.
Yep, the whole GI Joe dial, everything you saw there, the 5-foot Coliseum, the 4-foot medieval tower, the Monkey King, and another military dial. So yeah, he took pretty much everything. He loaded up, he racked up, and he got home in time for the Super Bowl.
Was he an Eagles fan?
Hell no, that's what makes it even better.
Dude, so you must have a shitload of space all of a sudden.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So now,
all this.
Now I'm cranking out some new, never before seen ideas and all sorts of stuff, and pushing out some really, really different stuff in the dial space that I hope that I can, help the community with, or even other diorama makers. Because at the end of the day, there are people who already have floors, they already have walls, but maybe they don't have a trash can, or maybe they don't have a dumpster, or whatever, you know what I'm saying? So like, I want to try to give everybody a little something, because at the end of the day, the smallest little detail or accessory could make or break a picture, right? Or a video.
It's the devil's in the details, man. Tony Legend Series drilled that. I say that he drilled it into my head, but when he said it, it just wormed its way into my head. And he was right, man. Even if you can't see something in a shot, somehow it affects the shot. And I don't know how that works.
Right. So Father Son Galaxy wrote a comment and said, almost wish that the buyer would have this displayed somewhere we could all see it in person. Amazing. Actually, he did tell me that he was building a massive pole barn on his property that he was going to turn into his that's an understatement, but he was going to turn it into his own toy museum and open it to the public. So this will be on display. Shit. Yeah, he's in Utah. So this will be on display at some point for the public to see. But I'm sure if you reached out to him and you got to hang out with him at a con or two, he'd be more than happy to bring you over to his place and show off all his, because this guy's got, bro, this entire dial started because he said he needed a diorama for 10 hisses.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I made a joke with him and said, hey, I'm sure you don't need that one little dragonfly I got hanging on the middle right there, right? And he's like, no, I got 10 of them at home.
Man, and then Abby was asking for that, like how many hours, like total build?
Over 300.
Over 300.
I stopped counting exactly once I broke the 300 mark, because I'm like, it's not going to go over the 350, but it could be anywhere between 3 and 350 hours, honestly.
Tree make a great piece.
I try not to count the hours after a certain amount of time, simply because it's actually depressing when you think about it, right? So if I spend more hours on it, only get paid, and then a certain amount, and then you do the math, and you're like, wait, I'm only making $6 an hour? What the hell?
It's almost better to do that math after the fact, and then adjust the next pricing accordingly.
Right.
Got to get paid for your time.
Absolutely. And there's a lot of other factors too, where, you have to factor in shipping. He had to fly out here, had to rent a vehicle, drive it back, the hours, the fuel, the rental. Like it's not cheap at all, guys. Not when it's this kind of size. No, it's not.
And no, it was not Woody, Mikey. It was not. We saw a picture of that guy. I hope he didn't mind getting doxxed, right?
Yeah, right. Nah, Woody got. I'm working on a little something nice for Woody.
And I'm the asshole that's behind on my. All I got to do is cut out a fucking template for you. I still have my that picture.
Listen, I'm glad you said it, not me.
The tape is literally still sitting there. I'm like, fuck, man.
You said it, not me, bro. I didn't call you an asshole.
Listen, I know, and I'm it. But look, you got way more important stuff.
No, listen, you can't say that, because what ends up happening is you think you're doing me a service, and you're doing yourself a disservice, because what happens is you're like, you know what? He's busy. I'm never not going to be busy, unfortunately. So if you don't get it in now, when you're ready to get it in, I might have 57 people in front of you. It's
the queue.
Yeah.
That's true. I should get into the queue.
And I'll tell you the same thing I told this other guy who I guess I lost his business because I was too, upfront with him. He thought that because he would pay more, that I would cut off the other 6 or 7 people that were ahead of him. And I'm like, listen, bro, first come, first serve. I'm not gonna, just because you're willing to pay more doesn't mean I'm gonna put you ahead of these other people, because that's not how I work, and that's unfair. Like, I hate that, because like, if I had extra money, I might want to spend it too. But for those of us that don't, we have to pay for it because somebody else does, and they're like, F you and F your time. Nah, bro, listen, you're the number 7. You will be dealt with when I'm done with the 6 people ahead of you.
Yep.
You know, I think that's the right way to do it. I mean, me personally, I mean, if other people disagree, that's on them, but that's how I run my business.
Well, I think Mikey can agree with you. I mean, I've seen it. Mikey's got a gigantic whiteboard that he goes off of and starts just going down his list, man.
Gigantic whiteboard, you said? Like that one right there on my door, like the 3 whiteboards long? Yeah, I know.
Did you guys all go to the like fucking Dio school and custom school? What the fuck?
You know what it is for me? I can only speak for myself, but I'm sure there are other people that can relate. When we do stuff like this, dios and big things, it's easy sometimes to see that list and to tangibly be able to go, check, did that, check, did that, you know, physically see, because there's times where if this dio starts today and I don't finish it today, I feel like a failure, even though that's unrealistic. I put so much pressure on myself that I feel like a failure if I can't check off one thing that I did today, you know. But tomorrow might come and I check off 300 things off that list. You know what I mean? So you kind of really have to fight yourself at times, at least for me, because the attention deficit disorder is it's a real thing, bro. And sometimes finding that energy to just do things, like I can sit here and I can literally pick a spot in this room anywhere, like throw a pin at it. Yeah. And it's probably a job that I need to be working on or need to finish or want to finish, and sometimes I sit here and I'm like, what do I do? What do I go do first? And then I start mentally thinking about what I have to do. And then I start doing it, but then I start thinking about that one and let me go do that one so that one doesn't feel bad. And that's what I mean by saying no, and also keeping those clients where it's like, all right, look, this is first. Let's get this job done. Then let's get this one done, and so forth and so on. So yeah, it's a mother.
Yes, we all want to go get a cool whiteboard.
Yeah,
I'm with you though. I have to have something tactile for some certain things, man. I'll have a notebook that I want to physically write something out. I'll use my Google Drive. I use everything, but there's some things I want a tactile.
Yep.
This is done.
And Chad, they don't make erasable crayons for you, pal. Sorry.
Oh man, shots fired.
Pew pew.
Pew pew. It was conference, but yes, you don't want to do anything that check and keeps you on track. And yeah, it takes away the shitty thoughts. And we can talk about that too. Things that you probably won't talk about tonight would be, I talk back and forth with Quentin J. Bedwell, QTube all the time.
He did my logo.
He constantly will talk about, him talking to you and how the madness will grab you. Mm-hmm. And like when you're in that, you just go. And I think that hits a lot of creatives.
Without a doubt, dude. Without a doubt.
I know when I'm like, anytime I'm doing studio stuff, I'm like, hey, I need to edit this. I need to put this little movie thing out, which my God, for me to do editing, it takes a shitload of time because I don't know what the hell I'm doing.
Me too, bro. Me too. I give a lot of credit to those guys. I mean, truth be told, nowadays you can use your phone and crop shit and cut shit and throw some beats and whatever, and it's cool. But when you really want that like production value, like something like how Ninja does, right?
Man, yeah, dude.
Dude, like, you know how matter of fact, I got the perfect example. You know how he says, hey, you intimidate me to the point that like I don't even want to like do dioramas. And he's joking, obviously, but in a way he kind of means it, because he's looking at it like, dude, you're so far ahead that like for me to catch up, it's almost impossible. Like that's how I feel about like what he does with the videos, because I've tried and my videos are okay, but I still want to do more. I just don't know how. And the people that do know how either don't have the time or they charge whatever price they charge, which I don't know if it's fair, if it isn't. I just know I can't afford it. So,
right.
Well,
then I know Jerk. I know Ninja was shouting out Jerk. But as far as his work ethic, and they both use that same Sony Vegas program for editing. And it's one of those things you have to like use it, get better at it. Right. So then your shift focuses from, I'm really good at fucking dioramas to now I really want to be good at this. And if you do that, that's just going to suffer.
Right, right. Yeah, I did Sony Vegas. I like them. They're pretty cool, but something about editing using the stylus for me that I like because I'm very fast paced and I feel like with the mouse it's kind of like a hit or miss. With the pen it's more accurate for me with the speed that I do. So I use LumaFusion on my iPad Pro
Yeah.
and I love it. Like it's almost so easy a caveman can do it and I've gotten so used to it that it's just one of those that once I start doing it, I fall into that hyper focus, and when I do, I forget about time. And again, then as I'm editing the video, I'm 90% of the way done, and I'm like, shit, I have to work on this project. I have to design this. I have to, you
Yeah.
know, I wish I was like that company that was just waiting for the stuff to be released, and I'm a mouthpiece. If I
Yeah.
don't physically design stuff and put stuff out, like I go nowhere, so I can't afford to just sit and do other things and hope one day I can make a few dollars off of a video.
Yeah. Yeah. It's all about focus, man.
Yeah. And time. You can't get time back no matter how rich you
Time.
are.
And then, yeah, if you guys have questions for Duarte, do it because that's what
That,
we're going to do for the next 10-ish minutes before Mega Powers.
yep. And then I'm gonna go outside and walk my good old Rex and then come back in for the Mega Powers. I might get naked for that one. Who knows?
You never can tell. I mean, if we hit 300 viewers,
Ooh.
were you watching that when Gaines ripped his shirt off?
No, I didn't. I heard about it
You
though.
need to watch that clip of him ripping his shirt off because it is fucking epic, man.
Of course, it's gains. What the fuck do you think?
Well, as we talk about, like, people are you're so far ahead, but now let's talk about that when you're talking to somebody like 78 points. I mean, I've got
Mhm,
one of his dials right next to me.
mhm.
It seems like in our I'm gonna say community, I'm sorry, it's the best word for it. It
You
seems
you
like a
really just
lot
want
of
to piss
us,
Chad off.
I know, sorry, Chad, earmuffs. It seems like a lot of us just lift each other up. And again, most of us, 99% of us are trying to like make each other better. Like if somebody
Mhm,
sits there and puts out a dio and you're like, man, I like how he did that, or how did he do that? I want
mhm,
to be that much better.
mhm.
Do you find yourself in that, or is it's hyper competitive and you're like, fuck you, 78, go fuck yourself?
So the crazy thing is, right, like I'm a hyper competitive person by nature, right? I fought all my life. I've played competitive sports all my life. I wasn't great at all of them. I was good at most of them, right? I was better at some than others. Fighting was probably my best one, followed by soccer and then hockey and then football, and basketball kind of falls at the end, because I'm short. I hate getting punked, all the time. Fucking, you know, no, 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 not in my house kind of shit. So, but
Arnold, Arnold
yeah, right.
McCumbo.
But
Interesting.
I've always been extremely competitive in everything I do, but I've never been more competitive with anyone than I have been with myself. Because ultimately, I feel like if a person's not even like if you're not even putting the same amount of effort as me, I feel like it's a different class in and of itself, anyways. So ultimately, who am I going to compete with if there's no one out there that's doing it like I do or putting in the hours and the effort that I do, right? Because I literally do this for almost 20 hours a day, between doing everything else. And sometimes it gets super exhausting. But even though I'm very competitive, I never ever treat or approach anyone else in that competitive form unless they want to bring it. If they want to bring the competition, I'm all for it. I want all the smoke. Let's go. May the best man win, right? But in 78's case, he is actually the only person that does similar things to what I do, dioramas and such, that actually came up to me straight up like a fan, mad respect, mad love. He didn't throw the flowers at me. He brought in like a U-Haul full of them and like dumped them on me type of shit. And it was very, very flattering and very like very humbling at the same time because I've always said nothing but good things about his stuff. I like clearly we have two different styles, but like his
Yeah.
style is cool. It's awesome. Like the work is there. The only thing I'm jealous about him is that he's got a whole team of people helping him, and I'm one guy,
Yes, he
right? So,
does. He's got
so
that
like
78-point sweatshop.
dude, I wish I had, dude, if I had that, man, let me tell you. But aside from that, like the guy's super humble, super cool, down to earth. Like he's one of the people that if he had something to say or something of a critique of mine, I would listen to because maybe he might teach me something that even I don't know. Listen, I don't know everything at all. I probably never will, but I am always down to learn, no matter what.
Well,
So
that's what I like about the process thing. Like,
so
hey, how did you
70
do that?
so so well, to finish the other point, like with 78, I think that he does amazing work, and yeah, I'm always like pushing his stuff too, and I know he does the same with me. And honestly, he's the only one that's ever approached me, because everyone else either decides that I'm unapproachable, or decide that for whatever reason they're deflecting from themselves, and they're like, nah, fuck that guy, this shit's not that good anyways. And that's okay if you don't think so. Like, you're entitled to your opinion. I don't
Sure.
have the greatest thing ever, right? But ultimately, they build this narrative in their head. Maybe it's the beard. Maybe if I cut the beard off, I might be more approachable. I don't know, right? But ultimately, 78 has been the only person in this community that
Yeah.
does the dial stuff that's really been, very supportive and vocal of my stuff, and doesn't feel intimidated, I guess, for lack of better words, because I'm not here to intimidate anybody. Actually, quite the opposite. I'm here to help other people learn
Yeah.
how to do this, right? And if I had an issue with that, or if I was some sort of gatekeeper, I wouldn't be giving away secrets that I require in order to make my livelihood,
Yeah. Everyone's like close to the vest, but and almost everybody. So not in the dials, but like customs, like Mikey,
Oh yeah.
Tony's Figs,
Hmm.
Gun Bunny Customs. I mean, Tony Legend Series. These guys are like, hey, try this. This is what
Yeah.
I do. Have you seen him? Let's ask him. And they all just seem that everyone's willing to share. Like, you can do
Right.
this yourself, or I could do it for you.
Right.
But
Right.
Mikey
I'm
with
not gonna.
that Snake Plissken, he's like, you can do this. I'm like, I could,
Right.
or you could do it. Take my
Exactly.
money.
Exactly. And that's the other thing too that I'd say to people all the time is, it's talking is really good. I believe that 99.9% of people have good talk. They can talk the talk, but can you walk the walk, right?
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing. Like, you're going to spend that money no matter what. So why not spend it with somebody that you claim that you care about, or somebody that you actually want to see succeed? Because if you're going to get rid of that money anyways, I'd rather put the money in your pocket than Hasbro's, right? But
100%.
that's how I look at it. And that doesn't mean that you have to buy everything I make or spend a shit ton of money. Even if you spend $5, I'm like, cool, man, they supported. Every dollar counts. I don't believe in getting rich off of one person. I think that that's stupid and almost impossible, unless you're doing work for Elon Musk. And even then, he'll get tired of you, right?
Right.
So ultimately, one hand washes the other, both wash the face. You might spend $5 today, but tomorrow you might spend 500. So it's all about that experience. It's all about the quality, the work, the just the feeling that it invokes when you get one of my pieces, or just something that you want to collect in general. So I think that's the name of the game.
Here's a question from Chris, cut through the comics. He has a
Mhm.
good sized diorama, but he wants to add on more. Can he do that?
Absolutely. Mhm.
What's the best way to contact you? Instagram?
Instagram will be the best. Yeah, most likely what will happen is Tatiana will answer all of the incoming messages, and she'll kind of get a gist of what you're trying to do, get an idea. Because a lot of time, truth be told, I've wasted so much time in the past year talking to basically tire kickers. That's what I call them, because everyone's got caviar taste with Pizza Hut money, right? So but you know what though? I don't even blame them, and I'm going to try to help on my channel with the video I'm working on now. Actually, I've been working on for a while, which is to kind of try to bring awareness to values, how values come about, why things are worth what they're worth, and maybe help people understand, so when they get hit with a price tag, they're not like, "Oh my God, why is it so much?" You know what I mean? So it kind of helps with that. So I mean, it all really just it all really just varies too, like on how big, real estate, complexity. There's so many factors. So the best way I tell people is reach out to Instagram. Tatiana will get a feel of what you're trying to do, get an idea of a budget, and then if she sees, okay, this person is serious, she'll pass them on to me, and then I'll reach out to them, and we'll go back and forth. But if she sees like, oh no, this person wants like $1,000 worth of work for $50, she'll just, oh, we'll get back to you. You
Yeah.
know,
And Chris, I
that's
will
all.
tell you right now, I mean, the more precise you can be, like if you
Yes.
take a picture of what you're talking about, like, and then, hey, here's what I want, like a footprint sizing. This
Yeah.
man is all
I
about
can
size.
Yes, I can help anyone start from scratch, even if they just
Yeah.
have a general concept. That's totally fine. You don't have to give me all the stuff. But if you are one of those that has a specific color palette, a specific style, you want specific stuff, don't tell me about it. Show me specifically, because that will help me not only with doing it, but also with getting you the price, because one paint app might be very, very different from the other, cost wise, time wise.
Yeah.
There's so many variables. Treat me like I'm your exterior and interior designer and you want to remodel, basically.
Yeah.
That's the best way to do it.
And then I kind of want to talk about Metal Gear Solid a little bit. You know, we don't have any
Sure.
photos for that, I don't believe, right?
No,
I don't think you
no,
shared
not
any
yet.
of those.
Not yet.
So I don't even care about the photos for this. What I want to know for your upcoming project is when did you fall in love with Metal Gear Solid? Like what got you, what snagged you?
PlayStation 1 when they first
PlayStation
dropped.
1?
Oh, dude, when Metal Gear, so that year was actually the year I got PlayStation 1. My parents got it for me for Christmas that year. I want to say it came out in 97, 98. The Metal Gear I'm talking about, not the PlayStation itself.
Yeah.
I think PlayStation itself, the first one was like 96 or something like that, but whatever. I could be off on the numbers. But anyways, the year that Metal Gear Solid was released was the year that my parents bought me a PlayStation 1. And that year I remember because that was the year my mom decided to use this fancy metallic paper for the Christmas gifts, but it was plastic, which means if you're careful with a blow dryer,
Translucent.
you can reopen and seal it back. And I was like, so I killed, bro, for 27 days. I tortured myself knowing I was getting a PlayStation. Every fucking day I was home bored. I wanted to play with the shit. So they got me Tomb Raider and Metal Gear Solid 1. And I got to tell you, I played that thing nonstop religiously. Like
98, by the way. Pretty damn close. 98.
There you go. I want to say that I could recite almost every line of that game, and yeah, that's kind of what got me started with Metal Gear. Like I've loved it since the day it came out.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it was the character designs. I mean, it was the voice acting.
Yeah,
I mean, everything about that got me like wrapped up into that.
bro, and it's a video game where the guy smokes to relax, and then he got the lorazepam for the snot. Like, come on, dude! Like, you're literally giving my guy nicotine and drugs throughout the whole game.
I mean, tell me it's not realistic. I'm sorry,
Bro. It's yeah, that game was spectacular. So when I saw this guy with his little figures, and I'm like, ooh, I have an idea.
There's a Blake asking, are you still doing that video on artists and what art can cost to make? I guess that's kind of what you just talked about.
That is, yeah. So that's actually the video I'm working on right now, Blake, where I've taken people's input and had them answer those particular questions that I sent out in the questionnaire. And I kind of took so if I saw that there were some people that had like a super one way answer and then a super other way answer and then kind of like the general consensus, right, versus whatever I believe, and I kind of put that out for everybody and explain all the differences. But yes, that's essentially the video I'm working on.
Yeah, there's a lot of fans of Metal Gear Solid, obviously.
Oh yeah, well,
Mikey being one of them over here.
Yep.
Hey, 112.
Direct from Japan, we could not read the damn. Yeah, he definitely couldn't read the damn subtitles.
Oh man.
So actually, I opened up the box, right, that Mikey sent me, and thank you for the stuff, Mikey, in the letter. That was awesome. And then I'm looking at the figures, right, and I'm like, bro, these are perfect. Like I can definitely make this work. But then I started looking, and I'm like, they feel a little kind of small-esque, but no, they're not. And then I go and I compare them to the liquid, the solid snake that I got in here. I'll give you an example. So this guy here is going to be a genome soldier, and then
this is
solid snake this is solid snake that I have from Revoltech, right? And that's 4-inch. But then you got this guy here, and like the sizing's not off at all, very much, honestly. Like I think it works out pretty perfectly, because that was one of my fears. I was like, man, I feel like he might be too kind of big, but
yeah,
honestly, I think the Revoltech, we already know that they have a slight kind of wider pose anyways, but
which makes it kind of look bigger.
And that was the Metal Gear Solid pose anyways, right? So this is technically the right thing, and then I'm just adapting these to work with this, but the sizing is perfect. The biggest constraint was Vulcan Raven, because he's a 7-foot tall character, and in 18 scale, there's no 7 feet tall figures, but Level 7 Toys helped me out with that. And
Level 7, that sounds like a board game company I used to mess around with.
Yeah, right. I had him upscale one of his 3D print files, and he had said that he was looking similar to me. I'm looking for reasons to do certain things, and now that
Yeah.
a customer comes, he did what he calls his Nephilim scale, which ends up being 4.65 inches, aka 7 feet, and 18 scale. And compared to the figure, you see,
Oh man, that works
perfect.
out real fucking well. Holy shit.
Perfect. So I ordered a second one for Chad. Anyone in the chat that's interested in jumping on or doing their own, follow the tutorial with doing our own Metal Gear Solid figures. If you guys want a Vulcan Raven done, I'll do a handful of them, custom, fully finished, and just hit me up and I'll get you all the details.
Are you gonna put that on the website, or how are you gonna do that?
Yeah. So I will put it up on the website as a
Okay.
pre-order for the Vulcan Raven in particular. If you're one of those people that wants me to do all of the custom figures and all that stuff too, then reach out to me, because obviously those things are something that we would have to look into as far as parts, and that could be a little tricky. It's not something that's readily available. Obviously, Mikey had to go in and dig through a whole bunch of shit to get stuff for me, right? But they might just want paint jobs too. So I'll do anything that you guys want me to do. But yeah, as far as Vulcan Raven goes, I'll be putting him on the site as far as the finished piece. If you want to get one yourself
Yeah.
and do whatever you want to do to it, just a bigger scale, reach out to Level 7 Toys, tell him I sent you, and he'll put this on his site and get it going for you.
Apparently I helped Mikey out. Oh yeah, I'm a level 7.
Yeah.
I have not heard of level 7. What else do they do?
Dude, they do 3 3/4. They do like Wolverine. They do like, but dude, I'm telling you, this thing is 3D printed and the joints are smooth as a baby's butt. I mean, the thing's got toe articulation, for God's sake.
Level 7 Studios?
No, it's Level 7 Toys.
Level 7 Toys.
Yeah.
All right, well shit, I'll be checking that out.
Bro, it's so good. And then like he'll print like, for example, the head, right? But then you see the neck peg is like clear.
Yeah.
It's also got clear like in the crotch joint, because this is actually a special kind of rubbery resin.
Yeah.
So like you heard that click, like
Yeah.
these joints move so freaking smooth and hold their like amazing. You would not think this was 3D printed. This is really, really good stuff. And I want to say I paid like $32 for this shipped.
Oh no, shipped?
Shipped. Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Dude, it's got fucking thigh swivel. Look at this thing. Like,
Yeah, I'm gonna bring it up again.
and it's super smooth. I mean,
Dude, that was
buttery
really
smooth.
well hidden. I know it's part of that's the camera, but I didn't even see that.
Oh,
thigh
no,
cut.
it's very, very like, bro, it's very, very well hidden. Watch. Look at this leg right here.
That's
Look.
what I'm saying, man. Until you did that,
Look
I
at
had
that.
no idea.
It's perfect.
Why is it translucent piece in the crotch right there?
Because that's the flexible resin. So he has basically that piece with the ball joints, and that's what the leg clips into. So this way it doesn't flop. You see, it holds its pose perfectly.
But you can paint that, do whatever.
Oh yeah. You can. This is all
Okay.
paintable. Yeah, that resin. If you do it with the color, it's more brittle. So that if you leave that resin alone in that particular clear, it's got like a rubbery consistency to it, but it's very hard. So it's hard enough that you get this audible
Yeah.
click, right? But it holds the position perfectly. Like, it's really well done.
I was always scared about that stuff actually holding paint.
No. Well, so these do hold paint really well, but that's the reason too. I said I wanted the pants in green and the top clear, because that's the tan color, because that's essentially his colors. But I know that no matter how many times I do this, the green's never going to come off of it. You know,
Chad, when you put stuff in quotation marks,
yeah.
it kind of makes it dirty. Your thigh
Oh yeah,
swivel.
Chad. It's got thigh swivel, bro. I'm telling you, this figure's nuts. They did a really good job. Mikey said it was their own design they've been working on for years. It shows, because it's really, really well done. Really well done.
Apparently, Kirby doesn't have to hide in the bathroom at work. Right on, Kirby. Good job,
Yeah.
buddy. And it is 6:44, buddy.
All right.
We're getting the hell out of here. We're wrapping
Yeah, I
shit
guess
up.
it's time to get situated for the next show, huh?
You gotta go walk some dogs.
Yep.
Right.
Kiss some babies,
Kiss some babies, shake some babies, something. I don't know.
Shake some babies. Well, show's on at what, 8, right?
Show's on at 8. I'll be popping over there. So, guys,
Excellent.
head over. Mega Powers, Yojo Jerk,
Yep.
Monday
We'll
Night
be there.
Rod. We're gonna be on there, brother. Thank you. This was a
Yes,
lot of
sir.
fun, man.
Thank you, brother. We got to do it again when we got a little more than 45 minutes.
It's always gonna be 45 minutes. We'll do it again.
We'll do it again. Yeah, we'll double up on it, you know?
Chat. See ya.